Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live Podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Yo, what's happening, man? Another episode of Habari Live, so let's get it going. Good morning, Habari County, my people. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the Post of Phoenix and beyond. As always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Damon Ellison, and my co-host,
Iesha.
We will be your go-through guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in our vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city. So let's get it going, man. Another week of craziness. It looks like, we made it through another week, man. And, it's always with the Trump administration, it's always a lot of mess. It's always messy. It's always chaos. What we're seeing in Minnesota is just crazy. We got the DOJ now going after the mayor and the governor Walz. It's a mess, man. It's crazy to see the states having to defend themselves from the federal government. It used to be a partnership where the government and the states work together to get things done. Now the federal government feel as though they can do whatever they want. They can go into whatever states they want to and treat people however they want. So it's chaos in Minnesota, and whatever cities are selected from ICE next to perpetrate their wars on the cities and those that they feel as though shouldn't be here anymore. It's going to be ugly, and cities are preparing for it. I watched a program in Phoenix, and we're getting ready in Arizona as ICE agents plans to blitz the areas in the next coming days. So it's ugly, man. It's disgusting stuff, man. But this is what we're dealing with, and we're just trying to make the best out of that situations. But first and foremost, man, let's do the rundown. Let's go through the top stories of the week. And what you got there, Iesha?
For sure. A lot has happened this week. First off, this week, Donald Trump has sparked a fresh controversy by threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807, raising the possibility of deploying U.S. troops in Minnesota, aimed at escalating tensions over a heavy federal immigration enforcement presence and the daily protests. The warning comes as armed federal agents, including ICE agents, continue aggressive operations in Minneapolis and in St. Paul following the fatal shooting of protester Renee Good.
Right.
By a federal officer. The incident that ignited weeks of unrest and is continuing to ignite unrest in America. Trump's remarks that he made on Thursday and reiterated some clashes that's been going on and triggered some sharp criticisms from civil rights groups and lawmakers who warned that the centuries-old law could be misused to federalize military forces against U.S. citizens.
I mean, we already see it happening. It's already going down. Trump and his administration, his regime, his Gestapo are going around confronting everyday citizens. A judge just said that they are not allowed to pull people from their cars or to bother people or to spray people with mace that are just protesting. You know, we got Trump. He's running around. He's telling Iran what they need to do to their protesters, while his police, his Gestapo, is running around macing people in the face. One guy was blinded this week. Like, it's been just destruction. Another guy shot in the leg. Like, these people are just going way too far, man. And to say that the governor is citing unrest, inciting unrest, is just equally crazy. They're asking ICE to ramp down their actions. A judge is telling ICE to ramp down their actions. People are sick and tired of what they are doing. People are in the streets and it's paid protesters, domestic terrorists,
Boo Boo
all
from
this
TikTok said
mess.
that he was running at a federal agent. It was justified.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Every video shows, everything that has came out has shown that this guy wasn't even hit. And regardless, in the situation, it's just too many people that's running around cities acting a fool. ICE is untrained. And it's coming out that a lot of January 6 people, the Proud Boys people, are in ICE. It's coming out that these people are not getting trained as adequately as others are getting trained. Like, it's ridiculous. ICE is untrained. They are not following laws. No, he wasn't hit. You can say, yes, he was hit all you want to. His phone was pushed against the car because it was in his hand. And that's what you people are trying to say was hit. He put his hands out and his phone hit the car, and y'all, he was hit. Look at that. Now, he wasn't wearing a body cam. He had a phone in his hand. His legs wasn't hit. His hip wasn't hit. None of that. Dude was not a hit at all. Not hit. But we're losing. We're losing the focus on what's going on, man. We have so many things going on in the world right now. And this ICE actions are just taking the every city to another level, and the protesters are getting angrier and angrier, and it's just going to get worse and worse, man. I don't know what the Trump administration is thinking about. We all know the Stephen Miller and the rest of these guys don't really care what happens in the streets or who get hurt. They just don't care, man.
Right.
But this is what we're seeing, and everyone's upset about this.
They are. Moving on, the Cartwright School District here in Phoenix, Arizona has voted to end its 4-day school week and return to a traditional 5-day schedule for the 2026-2027 school year. The decision, approved in a close 3-2 board vote, comes despite widespread opposition, not only from the teachers, but many of whom say they will change concern, and the concern will worsen burnout and prompt resignations from a lot of the staff. And the teachers surveyed indicated that roughly 60 to 70% of the staff are considering leaving the school district as of Friday.
I mean, yeah, I understand that. A lot of people probably went to the district because of the 4-day weeks. But you have some people who are probably pushing for 5 days. You probably have teachers that's pushing for it because of pay situations, and because they weren't paying the teachers for full 40 hours. They were using this as a way to take away funds,
right?
And so
And
the
take
teachers
away
are getting
benefits.
teachers are getting less pay, and those things hurt. And then when it comes to funding, they probably, when the government or the state was trying to probably take away funds because they feel as though they have less days. It sucks, but it's probably a lot of monetary reasons why they're trying to make this decision. But at least the school isn't closing like all the other schools, and it's been really, really bad to watch all this. It's really sad to watch all these schools close, and the funding right now
Mm-hmm.
is just a shame, as these voucher programs are seen with are filled with nothing but fraud.
Right.
As they push the kids to homeschooling, these vouchers are just filled with fraud.
Mm-hmm.
And Republicans say they care about fraud so much, but they're ignoring how much fraud is being done in the name of these vouchers, and that these people with these ghost children, like they're seeing up in Minnesota, is happening. Is really happening here for real, and the education department is being fleeced. They're taking every dime they can, and they're going on vacation. They're buying big screen TVs, and who is the people that are suffering? The people that want to send their kids to a decent public school.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't, they're just shutting the school down. As all this money, and the parents are seeing the option to take this money, and they're taking it. They're going to take the money. They don't care about their kids' education. They're smart, and I'm sorry, dumb enough to think that they can educate the kid themselves. That's where we're at today. People are winning when it comes to education. The Republicans want everyone reading at a third grade level. We're already at a sixth grade level. They want people dumber, and they're doing a good job of implementing their policies of killing education in the public schools.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's behind them. Yeah, they're teaching us stupid stuff. They're teaching them to hate us. They're teaching them to be gay. They hit you with all these cultural stupid shits, and you all fall for it as they push education out the door, and everyone's dumber for it. It's a shame, man. But Arizona is at the forefront,
Mm-hmm.
as we are 49th in education, and we aren't doing anything to try to make it any better. As the Republican states are doing everything they can to kill public school, and make it so everyone's homeschooled, or they are going to one of these charter schools, or private school if you can afford that. So you could say parents, it's the Republicans. They're putting in the laws that kill, and the parents are taking advantage of a situation where money can be put in their hands. They're going to take that obligation if they can, especially nowadays with how tough everything is. And it's bad, man. It's just getting worse. ICE is detaining tribal members, Native Indians. You can't be more man. I have to agree. We've watched several Native tribes come out and say that their people have been held up by ICE and detained. ICE is just looking for anyone that doesn't look white. If you're not European, then you're okay. Other than that, they're coming for you. Learned of an American black couple that was detained yesterday. They're telling them, "Hey, we're American citizens." They don't care, man. They're asking people for their papers and their to prove that they are citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I put out saying that these guys are the Gestapo. Is this really what we're going to do? Asking people to show their papers. Now we got Joe Rogan on board saying the same things that I was saying months ago. People are starting to wise up to this garbage. This is trash, man. And they keep trying to say, "Oh, we're going after the criminals." No, you're not. We've watched you go to a Mexican restaurant, and then 2 hours later, follow the people that work there and arrest them. Those are not criminals. Those are people that are working, trying to feed their families. They hang out at Home Depots because Home Depot, where those people come to work, to earn money to pay bills. They hang out there. They're not hanging out where criminals hang out at. They're where hardworking people go. And they're going and they're catching them and sending them back. Now, I know you Republicans love it, but you're racist. You're horrible people. You're the person on the block that everyone hates. It's dog. And then I'm so tired of them saying they're here illegally. They're going after people with green cards. They're going after people during their immigration hearings. And the judge says, leave him alone. And they are still throwing him out. So the word illegally, y'all can just stop saying that shit, man, because that has been thrown out the window. They are going after people who are at their hearings, people that have green cards, people that have student visas. And y'all keep saying, well, come here the legal way. They are. They were doing it the legal way. And ICE still threw them out. So your bullshit of it's illegal now, that's been thrown out. These people are students working, doing what they're supposed to do as an American. And they're being thrown out. Most of the people that are being picked up do not have criminal records. Yes, they are. You can say no, they're not all you want to, but we all know the truth. Most of the people they're messing with are American citizens, people that came here the legal way, people that did what they're supposed to, still getting kicked out, still getting detained. It's disgusting. What's the next one?
For sure. A symbolic moment at the White House has drawn serious international reaction. And here's why. The Venezuela Nobel Peace Prize, Lorette Maria Corina Machado, has gifted Trump her prize medal in a gesture of appreciation for the U.S. support towards democratic change in Venezuela. But Nobel officials have already made it clear that the Nobel Peace Prize cannot be transferred or re-awarded once it's been given out. And critics in both Norway and globally have labeled the episode as embarrassing and damaging to the prestige of the prize.
When you're a rich person that has a lot of money and you help someone that's poor and they say, hey, take this. And you're like, no, I can't do that. Just take what I gave you. I can't take that from you. You're helping someone out that's poor. And then you're going to take from them. You have everything. But see, this shows this guy's ego and his issues with his ego. He can't help himself. Most everyone would have turned that down. Mm-hmm. He takes it.
Mm-hmm. And framed it as an honor.
And it's an honor. I'm taking it. Like, dude, you are the worst person ever. Well, I solved 8 wars. You ain't solved shit. Shut the fuck up. Dude is the worst, man. Can't believe he took this lady's fucking Nobel Prize. I just can't believe it.
I can't believe that she even presented it to him and gave it to him.
Well, I can't believe she because she's trying to get in good graces with him. And she already knows the ways to get in good graces with this dude is to give him a prize. He can't. He gets a medal. Yay, medal, yay, because he's special. You know, you give him a prize and some gold, a good gold medal. He can't help it.
Right. She was crazy to give it to him.
You know, he's terrible, man. Terrible person, dog. Took this lady's medal. She's worked hard for her, doing everything she can to help Venezuela. And he comes, bombs, kills a whole bunch of people, and he thinks he deserves Peace Prize. Boy, you don't sit your little dumb ass down. He's ridiculous. You killed people, man. You killed over 100-something people. That's on you. That's in your name. Goodness, man. Yeah, I'm embarrassed for him. Everybody keeps giving this dude medals. Give the autistic president a medal so he can go sit down.
That's funny, but it kind of is.
Because that's what it is. He's He's infatuated with gold and metals. I mean, his infatuation with gold is ridiculous. He's like he's like a toddler.
Throwing tantrums, right?
It's ridiculous, dog.
But I didn't get one.
Hey, oh, here, take this medal. Since you didn't get your own, take this
Here's
one.
a
It's like a little
participation
kid.
trophy.
He stops crying once he gets the medal. Oh, thank you. You're okay, little baby. I mean, that's what we're going through, man. People going and giving this dude medals because he's crying because he didn't get. I stopped 8 wars. But you allowed the Jews to blow Gaza to the kingdom come. You're letting your ICE run around, beat up American citizen. You're sicking the National Guard on city after city. You've bombed Yemen. You've bombed Iraq. You've bombed all tight places already. Nigeria. There's nothing peaceful about you, bro. So I wish he would stop. And all talking about all the peace that he has. The only peace that he's trying to protect is the Russians. He can help them get Ukraine. Because that's the way he thinks about things right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You got anything else?
I sure do. I got a couple more here for you. In Minneapolis, immigration enforcement tactics are under scrutiny following the arrest of Garrison Gibson, a Liberian man who was taken into custody during a federal immigration raid. Gibson's lawyers say that he had regularly checked in with federal immigration authorities under a long-standing order of supervision, raising questions about the legality and necessity of the force used in this particular operation. Federal judge briefly ordered his release, ruling that agents had lacked the proper judicial warrant to actually enter his home, although Gibson was reportedly redetained following a checkup or check-in with immigration. The case has spotlighted ongoing concerns about federal arrest practices in the midst of the larger Minneapolis immigration enforcement campaign that Trump is currently doing.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's insane. You really all over that. She said Minneapolis. She likes to put in a little extra violence. We understand. It's Minneapolis. We understand, man. You got it, bro. You're big time. Anyway, man. I don't. People are arguing that they're not going after people who are checking up with immigration, and this is a story that proves that wrong. The man was showing up to all his cases. He's showing up to all his court cases, showing up to talk to the judge. And what happens? He's still getting bothered. They come in and use the battering ram to knock his door down.
And they only had an administrative warrant.
I don't know if they don't. I mean, I know that they're not following the laws.
No, they're not. They're not.
They have no idea what the laws are because they haven't been trained well. Now they're going around knocking people's door down. Oh, man, dude. This is only going to get worse, man. I mean, dude, someone's going to get hurt, man, badly. We already saw once. This is, man, this is not good where this is going at all. It's not. I don't know, man. Hopefully we can get something done with the midterms to try to curtail this, because this is insane.
Hopefully. But I mean, we'll see. But moving on. Former Arizona U.S. Senator Kyrsten Sinema is now facing a civil lawsuit in North Carolina that was filed by Heather Amell, who claims that Sinema engaged in a romantic relationship with her then husband, Matthew Amell, who is a former member of Kyrsten Sinema's security detail. The complaint alleges that the relationship crossed professional boundaries and contributed to the breakdown of the Amell's 14-year marriage. Sinema, who left the Senate in 2025, now works as a senior advisor at a law firm, but has not publicly addressed the lawsuit. The case filed under a rarely used alienation of affection statute seeks compensatory and punitive damages.
Yeah, man. Kristen Sinema out doing what she wasn't supposed to be doing. I mean, dude, I just knew that she wasn't doing anything when she was up there, man. She was the worst. I mean, worst. And then I voted for this lady, and she goes up there
does
just
the worst.
acting fool. Everything she did was just opposing everything. She never helped any situations.
Mhm.
She was always the renegade vote for the Democrats. Like, man, this lady was ridiculous.
Yep.
And you know they have this law in South Carolina where you can sue. I
In
think
North
this is the North Carolina.
Yeah.
This is the second person we've seen go through this. I think it was another person who was a online person that was big online, and they also got sued for stealing someone's husband. I mean, you know, I don't really have much to say about that. I think that's dumb as hell. But it's.
I mean,
I
she
just
knowingly did it.
I don't
That's
care.
what
I
the
don't
lawsuit
care.
is alleging.
I don't care. It's a dumb lawsuit. It's stupid. It's just dumb.
Nah,
the man also cheated. So how are you going to hold the woman liable for a decision that a man also made?
Kirsten Sinema in this particular case was his superior.
I don't care. No, I don't care.
She was his boss.
He was a grown man.
And she knew he was married.
He's
and she
a grown
still
man.
pursued him.
That's why this is not in every state. It's only in like 7 states that have this stupid law. Because it's dumb. We got 2 grown-ups making grown-up decisions.
Now his ex-wife like, I want your money
she already wins. Because if they get divorced, she's going to get everything in the divorce because he cheated. So why is it that she needs to get more by
going after the person who wrecked their marriage?
I hear you, bro. But I think
it's your fault just as much as it is his.
But that's not her responsibility, though. Her responsibility is the person that she's married to.
In North Carolina, they say different.
I get it. I just think it's stupid.
But yeah, it is kind of stupid. But, you know, moving on. A Republican state representative in New Hampshire has drawn national attention and heated criticism after suggestively segregated schools. A notion that she later defended publicly as ideological separation rather than racial separation. Critics argue that even though the suggestion of dividing students by political affiliation mirrors historically discriminatory practices and undermines the public education unity. The controversy has ignited debate about the role of politics in school policy and the boundaries of educational discourse.
Yeah, I agree. I think he wrecked his own marriage too. I don't think that she should have to pay for his mistakes and his wrongdoings.
Yeah.
That's his marriage. She has nothing to do with his life. Regardless of how tempted or what temptations she put towards him, he has the responsibility of being in the marriage. It's like he is the one that signed that contract. She did not. So, you know, it's bull that they're doing this and making people pay these things, talking about the woman has to pay. Yeah, I just disagree. She's not the one in the marriage. But, you know, a lot of racist things are coming out of the Republican Party these days, man. And this is not surprising that segregated schools is something else that they're going after. We saw Trump say that civil rights hurt white people. We heard J.D. Vance say white people don't have to apologize anymore. You know, they're laying the ground for a lot more racist stuff to come. And it's pretty sad, man. It's pretty sad we're living in these days today. It's just disgusting stuff, man. Who thought that we would be here in the next millennium where we're having to still fight racism from the president and the people who's supposed to represent the country? We got people in high places talking about segregation and getting black people and brown people out of white spaces. It's tough, man. But this is the days we're living in right now. The Republican Party has went back to their old conservative ways, and they want back the days of 1950s and 1940s. They want it back. They want the 40s and 50s back. They want the days of separation, white water fountains, black water fountains. They want those days back bad. So I don't get it, man. But to them, that's what "Make America Great Again" means. It means taking us back to the days of segregation. These people, she was caught in the chat, and she didn't back down. She doubled down.
Double
Down on it. Yes, segregation. Our scores would be better if we didn't have black people in our schools. So, it's just disgusting stuff, man. The racism from the Republican Party is, and the thing is, the president, the vice president, no one says anything to stop these people or to curtail what they're doing. They make excuses. Oh, they're young. They're young. JD Vance. Oh, they're young people. It's no big deal. No big deal. They're just young. Yeah, man. So, you have to worry about the Republican Party and where they're going, man, because it's getting pretty disgusting. We see these people. Man. Man, can you get me a check from George Soros, bro? Please, because I need somebody to pay these bills. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think everybody that's against Trump is getting paid by George Soros? Shit, man. Please make sure he send me my check, because I ain't got shit. George ain't sent me nothing. Please get me a check, man. If you can figure out how my check's supposed to come, I'll send you my address and everything for we can get my check, man, from George. Goofy motherfuckers. Anyway, yeah, man, I don't know, man. The Republican Party is headed down a slippery slope as they holler and scream they're not racist, but more and more every week, man, more racist stuff is coming out, and it's pretty telling that none of these people are doing anything to denounce what's coming from their party right now. But it's all good. We know what your real colors are. We already knew. We see your comments every day online. We know you try to act another way, but just let it be. Just be who you used to be. Remember, back in the day, you was segregation now, segregation today, and segregation forever. Y'all was really consistent with what y'all racism. Just go ahead and just say it, man. Just be racist.
But why did you have to say it like that, though?
Because that's how George Wallace sound. Racist ass. I mean, dog. I mean, then they be like, "Yeah, the Democrats are racist." They won't admit it. Just admit it. That's why I don't like y'all, man. Y'all don't want to stand on y'all shit. You seeing here all these racist comments from MAGA, and then y'all be like, "Yeah, the Democrats, they're racist." Not one Democrat have came in here and said anything racist, man. But you guys keep it up. Keep it up. And then be like, "Oh, it's the other side." Like, y'all are, man, y'all ridiculous, man. The real people stand by who they are and what they believe in. For real. I mean, it's just live. You want segregation. You are putting people in place. They are using code words and the code names that you guys want to hear, so you can know that your person is racist. We see the guy in Florida who's going against running for governor, and all the racist things he's saying about the black Florida governor. What's dude name? I can't even think of his name
Ron
right
DeSantis?
now. No, the brother that's running. Forget his name, but anyway, look it up for me. He's running for Florida governor, but the guy he's running against has just been putting out straight racist stuff. No one said a word from the Republican Party.
Brian Donald.
Yeah, there you go. Byron
Donalds.
Byron Donalds. He's called this man a slave. He didn't call this dude all type racist shit. Not one person from the Republican Party has denounced this crap that this dude is saying about Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds he's been all MAGA. He's 100% in. And what happens? This guy comes in, he's calling this dude all type names. He's called this dude a slave several times. And not one Republican has said a word. He's funny. He's hilarious. They are wild. That's it. Yeah. So, all right, man. Good morning again, Habari Nation. I'm Damon Ellison, as always.
And I'm Iesha. Welcome to our special extended edition of Habari Live, where you get news our way.
Like always. Today, we're taking the time to go deeper than headlines. This is not a quick hit show. This is a full 2-hour breakdown of the stories shaping America right now and the things that matter to you.
And today we're going to be talking about power, money, democracy, and accountability. And who needs to be held accountable.
Yeah. So here's what we have ahead today. A deep investigation into how billionaires spent billions to shape the 2024 election. Billions of dollars were circled through the elections. A closer look at the dramatic showdown in America and the American job growth. A serious conversation about Donald Trump's cognitive health and the political hypocrisy surrounding it. And also our weekly clip roundup analyzing the moments driving national debate.
So today we're going to take things slow. It's because it's not just about how fast we can get you the information. It's not about that. It's not about the noise. It's about the actual stories that impact our lives and our communities.
Yeah, man. Walt should be in jail. Trump should be in jail. 34 felonies. Y'all always trying to say that somebody else should be in jail, but your guy was found guilty.
34 times.
34 times.
Every charge.
It's so crazy how everybody else should be in jail except all the fucking crooks. Go ahead, switch the camera, bro. All the fucking crooks that's on the fucking right side. All the people that was fucking found guilty trying to steal the election. All the crooks from the right, and y'all always y'all just overlook all those people. All the information coming out about him in the Epstein files, y'all overlook that. All the fraud that this dude has done, y'all overlook that. But any person from the right that do something, they should be in jail. Y'all been saying lock up Hillary since 2016. Ain't found one thing that this lady has done. Y'all are ridiculous, man. Always hollering to lock somebody else up, but you won't hold your own people fucking accountable. What's up with that? You want everybody else locked up, but you won't lock up anybody from the fucking right. That is craziness. Like what? We're the law and order party, except when one of ours do something, then it's fuck the law, throw that shit out. You got all these people. Look at these domestic terrorists in Minnesota. They're going against ICE. But on January 6th, those guys, they were just nice guys. The partisan bullshit, man, has to stop, man. They were just guys going for a walk in the park. How many officers passed away? How many people died? Everything they fucking do it's just roses and butterflies. But everything the left do is destruction and murder. And fuck all the partisan bullshit. Somebody committed a crime. I don't give a fuck if he's left, right, center, up, down, tomorrow. Go to jail. But with you all, it's always partisan bull. Only want to hold one side to accountability. You elected a fucking felon. And you want to sit around and talk about somebody else need to go to jail? Get the fuck out of here, man. Anyway, our first story today is about the foundation of American democracy itself. It's about who really controls this fucking country, and it seems like it's the rich people. As
Mm-hmm.
we have the richest president ever in office right now, who the right somehow thinks gives a fuck about the poor. The dude don't even know what the word groceries is. You think he cares about you as he shits on a gold toilet? Has no problems. He knows nothing about being poor, nothing about having to pay fucking bills or not having your lights on next week. But y'all think this billionaire cares about your problems and your issues that you can't fucking buy hamburger meat this week. Fucking shit's crazy, man. But right now, it's about who gets heard and who gets ignored, because the 2024 federal election set a record that should alarm every single American. We fought and fought and fought to get money out of politics, but the Supreme Court said it was okay. But for the first time in history, billionaires and their families spent more than $2.6 billion influencing a single election cycle. They spent $2.6 billion putting in who they want to put in. The richest man in the world spending money for he can put in Trump, giving away money to people for they can go vote. Openly doing this shit. While they sit around and scream that Santos is sending people in Minnesota and he's paying off people to protest. Like, dog, and y'all okay with Elon Musk paying people to vote? That's what I meant. Soros, not Santos. Soros. Y'all always saying, oh, the left's paid by, but openly, Elon spent, I don't know how much money. $2.6 billion, man, influencing a single election. That is almost an unimaginable sum of money. And it amounted to nearly 20% of all federal election spending. Think about that. A tiny group of ultra-wealthy individuals controlled 1/5 of the entire political conversation. And nearly 3/4 of that money was spent to help Donald Trump return to the White House. While y'all sit around and point at everybody else, talk about George Soros. Who spent the most fucking money? The Republicans. Who got the most money? Donald Trump. This isn't opinion. This isn't partisan rhetoric. This is documented political finance data. And it raises a fundamental question. Is America still democracy, or has it quietly become an oligarchy with the elections? Because the rich are taking over everything.
But let's go ahead and talk about the return on the $2.6 billion investment, because the campaign donations at that level are not charity. Those donations were a strategy, a big strategy. Immediately after taking office for the second term, Donald Trump's first major legislative act was a sweeping tax overhaul that overwhelmingly benefited corporations and the wealthiest Americans. Independent analysis have described that law as the most regressive tax policy in modern American history and the most unpopular major piece of legislation ever pulled. Working families paid more, billionaires paid less, social programs got cut, corporate loopholes are expanded, and at the same time, billionaires who poured money into the campaign saw their fortunes almost rise overnight. That's not a conspiracy thinking. That is how power works when politics becomes marketplace.
And the problems is that the people that the president is looking out for is the rich. And when he came in, the first thing he did is push laws and legislation to help the rich more, to make sure that they're not hurting. Their taxes have been going down since the 80s. Since the 80s, Republicans, they believe in low taxes for the rich. They believe in trickle-down economics. They've been putting these policies in place since the 80s. Since the 80s, we have watched as CEO pay goes 500 to 1 to the regular worker pay. We have watched wages stagnate. We have watched people not be able to afford groceries as the price of groceries keeps going up. The rich are taking more and more and more. One person's going to have $1 trillion. 1% has more than the bottom 99%. Y'all can sit around and fight with each other all you want to, but this should be alarming that these people are taking more and more money. It doesn't matter left, right. You should be saying what is going on. You're okay with these people taking all of the money? They won't pay any fucking taxes? I mean, it would be comforting to believe that 2024 was an outlier, but we know it isn't. But it wasn't. And what happened in 2024 was simply the logical result of a system that has been building for more than a decade. Every presidential cycle since 2010 has seen more billionaire money than the last. At the same time, political science research have shown something deeply troubling when it comes to our elections. The policy preferences of average Americans have almost no measurable effect on what Congress actually does, because the only people they care about are the rich. Mm-hmm. The only people that matters to them are the rich. As while we sit around fighting over who gets to buy a piece of candy with their SNAP benefits, they are trying to figure out how to get $1 trillion. Mm-hmm. While we're fighting over $150 a month, pointing at each other, they're trying to figure out how can they keep money offshore and not get it taxed. We live in two separate Americas, man. These people are living a life that we could only imagine. They're keeping us fighting about dog shit. Keeping us fighting. None of us are smart enough to figure out that they're keeping us fighting at each other's necks over pennies on the dollar. Congress does not even make moves for the poor, and they don't care about us anymore. They don't do anything to fucking raise wages to try to help the poor people. They do nothing but help the rich. And like I said, what is going on today and our votes doesn't mean anything anymore, because these people are able to give $2.6 billion. Who do you think they're going to think of first, me or the person that gave them $1 billion? Y'all keep on talking about the Dems. I don't give a fuck what side it is. This money needs to be out of politics. I don't care, left, right. This money should not be in politics, man. And we are not doing enough to keep it out. Republicans push civil rights. Oh, okay, bro. Is that the reason why Trump said civil rights has hurt white people? Because he was for it? Is that what you're telling me, bro? Y'all just say some dumb shit, dude. Dumb. Dumb, fucking dumb. So the average American, man, almost has no measurable effect of what Congress actually does. Meanwhile, the preferences of the wealthy donors on corporate interests consistently predict which laws pass and which ones fail. Mm-hmm. And it's never the ones for the poor people. It's always the laws for the rich. We are getting fleeced, man. While we sit here and fight over who and what bathrooms and stupid shit, they're taking all the money. In other words, your vote still counts, but your voice, that is increasingly dependent on how many zeros are in your fucking bank account. How many zeros have you gave your politician this week? That's what makes your voice louder than others.
Yep. But to understand how we got here, we have to go back to January 21st, 2010. That's the day that the Supreme Court handed down its decision in Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission. That ruling fundamentally changed American politics. The court declared that unlimited political spending by corporations and outside groups was protected as free speech. And the impact was immediate. Here's the statistics that matter the most. More than 80% of the billionaire money spent in 2024 would have been illegal before Citizens United. Since that decision, billionaire spending has increased by a factor of 163 times. That's not just a rapid growth that we're seeing. That was an explosion. And with that explosion came a transformation of the entire political landscape. It's what we got today. It's what we see today.
Yeah, man. I agree.
Crazy.
Trump and the like Pac said, you got money for wars.
We can't feed the poor.
Can't feed the poor. They're sitting there telling you, oh, we don't have money for Medicaid. We need to cut that. We don't have money for SNAP. We need to cut that. But we have another $500 billion that we can give to the military for they can shoot people around the world. Like, dog, this is the stuff that and the first thing he does, no new wars. We're bombing everybody. We're telling Iran, oh, you don't do what we want, we're bombing you. He has an itchy finger. He's ready to bomb everybody. All the money that we're wasting to make sure that the rich keep getting paid, to make sure that Boeing and all these other companies keep getting defense money and defense funding, while all of us starve and fight over pennies. Since Citizens United, several things have happened at once. Public trust in government is collapsing. Confidence in elections has declined, and President Trump has not helped it by every time he loses saying that it's rigged. International observers now classify the United States as a flawed democracy. Every single current member of Congress was elected under this new money-dominated system, and both major parties benefit from it. Both parties. It needs to be stopped. We got Democrats who don't give a fuck. That's why all of us should have health care. Yep. We all should be insured and covered. But what? We got both sides doing whatever the fuck the rich want, as the rich are fucking paying both sides to make sure that they get what they want. While we're fighting, talking about, oh, this guy's left or this guy's right, they don't give a fuck, man. They just paying the money to make sure that the left or the right don't do the things that they want them to do. Both sides, left and right, man, are paying. It's too much dark money in politics. Then we have the shit with where they know what is going on with stocks. They have stock information. They've tried to pass that law several times. The Republicans love blaming fucking Pelosi, but when you look at their votes, they don't vote for the shit. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Do we want to get the money from all this interest money out, dark money out of politics? But the right keep on voting against it. And we have people on the left that votes against it too. So it's not a party situation. It's a situation where we have to get this money out, or the rich are it's just gonna be their country. Y'all were clapping while Elon was buying the election. Y'all was clapping. That should have concerned you. But he thought, hey, you know what? I can just buy the election. Let me just buy it. It's ridiculous. Which is why real reform has been so difficult, man, because both sides are trying to block it. But we need to be honest. If campaign finance reform is not treated as an urgent national priority, in every other issue, healthcare, education, wages, civil rights will continue to be shaped primarily by those who can afford to write the biggest checks. That is not democracy. as it intended. That is democracy for sale.
Mm.
And that is what America is today.
But this isn't about Republicans versus Democrat. It's about whether or not ordinary Americans can still have a meaningful voice in our own government. Or are our voices going to be drowned out by the billionaires?
Right. One person, one vote, or $1, one voice. Right now, the dollars are winning, man. The dollars are doing it. They are putting in place what rules and laws that they want put in place because they have the money to get it implemented, to lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not right, man. That is fine. Kamala spent $1 billion. Okay, we have said it several times that this is a left and right problem. There's too much money in politics. We keep saying it. It's left and right. I know it's hard for you guys, but this is an issue that is on both sides. And we need to do something about it because these companies are being seen as entities and they are making decisions for us, our decisions, man, a company. Go ahead.
For sure. But let's go ahead and get into the empty hourglass of America's quiet job slowdown. After a story about the power of money in our politics, we're going to turn to a story about the everyday economy. Jobs, not flashy headlines, not Wall Street profiles or profits, just a basic measure of how well ordinary Americans are doing. And in 2025, something concerning happened. Job growth in the United States slowed drastically.
Mm-mm.
I think the last job numbers was like something like
50,000.
55,000 were
Mhm.
created.
Right.
That's a very low number. That's lower than COVID numbers.
Yeah, man.
It's sad.
But this is Donald Trump's economy. This is what Donald Trump does. When he was in office the first time, jobs slowed to an average of 50,000 a month. After we were getting 250 and 150 monthly before him. You all hollered and screamed about the prices of eggs, about the prices of the economy and how much you cared. But now that things are going even worse and we do not have a pandemic to blame it on, it is going the other way. And this is a problem. I know you guys love Trump and he does no wrong, but dude, the job growth and seeing all of these jobs fire everyone, the economy is not going the direction that we would want it to go. The U.S. economy added roughly 2 million jobs in 2024. That averaged about 168,000 new jobs every month in 2025. Total jobs added for 2025, 584,000, a monthly average of 49,000. 49,000. That represents a 71% drop in job creation from Donald Trump's great economic policies. It's not going the direction we thought it would go. You guys screamed and hollered that Biden was so horrible. Now job growth has tanked from his last year in office. Tanked. I know y'all don't care about numbers and you guys don't care, and I know you don't read. But it isn't about feelings, man. This is about real statistics. We look at the labor of job statistics and we're seeing that it's a pretty considerable drop. Outside of the pandemic, it was the slowest year for job growth since 2003. I think we were on our way to a recession at that time. 2024, the job metrics, man. Total jobs added 2,584 monthly average. As I said, the game's 168,049K. Low numbers, man, for this administration. Go ahead.
But why it didn't feel like a crisis, though? That's the question here. Here's what makes this story so tricky, because most Americans did not experience a sudden economic collapse. There were no breadlines, no massive layoffs like we had in 2008, but slowdowns don't always announce themselves. They show up quietly. Fewer help wanted signs, longer job searches, smaller raises, fewer opportunities to move up even within your own company. And the economy, it didn't crash. It just got stalled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And here they come talking about gas prices, because, gas prices to them now, it's the only thing that they can lean on.
To measure the economy.
The average gas price for the winter fuel has went down 30 cents.
And it's going to go right back up
Woo!
in the summer.
Woo! Woo! Like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Having a job is more important than, well, at least I saved $2 on gas today. Shut the fuck up, bro. Gas is not it, man. And people wasn't even talking about gas during Biden. What were they talking about? Eggs.
Mm-hmm.
The prices of all groceries, and those things are still high right now. The price of beef is at the highest ever. We know there's several factors. No, $2.75 premium. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't know where you live at, but that's not where it is. That's why I said the average. The average is still for the country, still $3. Y'all, you guys have to. It's still $2.83 to $2.84, almost $3 for average, for most. So it's not $2.75 premium. So I mean, we especially not here. We're still playing.
In his area, it could be $2.75.
It could be, but not here. We're not seeing that. So I mean, that's why you have to do the average, because there is an average. Everyone is not seeing the same prices, but regardless, man, gas is not the fucking gauge of a good economy.
Right.
The gauge is how many people are being fired daily, how many jobs are being added to the economy, and those things are negative right now. We're losing jobs. Well, hell, at least gas is cheap. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. But several factors have drove this slowdown so far. Tariffs and Trump's dumb decision making is 1 and 2. But business uncertainty over inflation and interest rates, federal workforce reductions, more than 274,000 government jobs have been lost. Weakness in manufacturing and retail. Manufacturing, he ran on manufacturing, but he has done a terrible job of keeping manufacturing here. It's going the opposite direction. Slower immigration is reducing low labor supply. Declining worker bargaining power, healthcare, and hospitality grew, but not nearly enough to offset all the losses everywhere else.
Job growth is more than just numbers. It's hope, mobility, and stability. Not just for me, not just for you, but for all Americans.
Mm-hmm. And when growth slows, opportunities disappear. Mm-hmm. Slowly, almost invisibly, like an hourglass running out of sand. We're seeing jobs disappear slowly, and AI is not helping at all. So it's tough, man. But let's talk to the people for a couple moments before we get into the clips. What you guys got to say today? And you could put the number up too, I guess. Yeah, man. So let's see if you guys, have anything to say about what we've been discussing so far: the economy, the jobs, and dark money in politics. If you have anything about to say, you can give a call in. We could talk about it a little bit.
But please keep your comments between 3 and 5 minutes long, if you can.
Yeah, please. Let's see. A barrel of oil under Biden when he left was 110. Trump has it down because of his policies too. That's I don't think that Trump
blend, right?
I don't think that Trump has anything to do with gas. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think
the
that
president
any
doesn't
president
have
does.
anything to do with it.
I don't give any president any fucking glaze for what the prices of gas are, because it's OPEC. It's so many other things that go into the influence of gas prices. It's a worldly global price, and it's hedged on so many different factors. For you to sit around and say that Trump's policies has made it better for gasoline is just ridiculous. You saying because he's stealing oil? Because production is not up. I want you all to know that production of gas is not up. Production of gas was at its highest point under Biden. You guys didn't give him any love for saying the prices of gas was going down, and he had the highest production ever. So those things don't factor into the prices of gas, man. But y'all can keep playing those games, whatever. Whatever, man. If he cured cancer, we'll say he did a good job. But I doubt his dumb ass can cure cancer. They don't even listen to doctors. You know what are we seeing right now? We got the flu is out of the hand, and we got Robert Kennedy telling people not to take the vaccination. So what's going on? People are dying because they're listening to this fucking idiot who knows nothing about being a fucking doctor. Told you he knows nothing about being a doctor, but he's still telling people what to do and what vaccinations not to take. Now we're seeing the most deaths from flu from kids in years. Like, we're going backwards with these people, man, because they don't listen to anyone. The president has zero control on the price. I have to disagree. Because when you put in tariffs, you do have some control. The tariffs is putting pressure on the companies to eat those tariffs when they are getting products from other places. So I have to disagree. He is pushing up the prices of goods when it comes to toys and anything else that's made in China and anywhere else, man. Those things I've sat there and watched all the shit go up. Sit there and watching because I'm watching it all the time. The prices are going up as this guy putting in these dumbass tariffs on everything. Does he have the ability to control global gas prices? No, I don't think he has that ability. But when it comes to the prices of our products that we are buying, because he has the ability to put tariffs in, he can implement things that'll change our prices. How safe is Washington? You know that the National Guard left Washington, right? They left. So what are you talking about? So we just concede and start into illegals. That's the dumbest thing. Concede entire industries to illegals. What are you talking about?
He said that illegals are taking jobs.
Oh my goodness. Hey man, you can go out there and work the fields that and work the jobs that the illegals were working.
Mm-hmm.
Having a job visa and coming here to work, didn't used to be illegal. Now it is, because they don't want any brown people in America. Anything people coming here is illegal now. But it's all good. That's why we have the worst vacations. People are not visiting here anymore. Money is people losing money all the way around. But that's what y'all want. Y'all want everybody to lose because you don't want people in America. Get the fuck out of here, man. Democrats never have learned economics. Joe Biden grew no jobs in this. He grew more jobs than Trump in his first term and this term so far. Like, what are you talking about? You're wrong. Like, go read something, man. We're reading the job labor statistics. And I just told you the numbers. Trump is lost jobs. The jobs have went down 71% under him. Y'all thought that, oh, we're going to get rid of illegals and everybody just going to get jobs. No, that's not how it works. Now those jobs are just sitting on the markets because people don't want to do those jobs. We tried to tell you motherfuckers. Nobody wants to do the jobs that those people are coming here doing. It's not going to help our job statistics. We don't want to work in the fields. We don't want to work in kitchens, in the bathrooms. We don't want to do those jobs. But y'all the ones, they took their jobs. They took their jobs. You go do the job. Right. You go do it. You go take your ass out there and pick the fucking grapes. You think that it's going to fix our fucking nation so well if they're not here. But you're wrong. Just because Biden took credit for people getting jobs that they lost in the first half of the pandemic doesn't mean what? Whatever job numbers are underneath you as president are your job numbers. It's not his fault. It happened under a comeback from the pandemic.
Right.
That's what he was there to do, to make sure we come back from the pandemic. Trump has no pandemic, and his job numbers are ass. Still, no one can get a fucking job. Like y'all should, dude, I don't understand. You could sit here and watch that, sit here and see that companies are firing people over and over. We're losing jobs. The economy, everything is high. I can't even buy a hamburger right now. Shit's so expensive, dog. That's great, Tom, that you're not illegal. That's awesome. Letting them work is not going to stop us from being free. Exactly. And as long as there has been America, we've always had immigrants that comes and do work. We had open borders for people to come here and do the jobs that others weren't doing.
To do.
It's not a big deal. But now we're acting, all the brown people are murderers and criminals and killers. We're going to use racism to try to kick them out. It's ugly. This is going to go down as an ugly time in America, as a lot of people blamed and pointed fingers at immigrants for their problems. These MAGAs are just throwing shit at the wall, parenting Jesse Waters. Yep, you are right. You are right, man. You are correct. Let's see these. Yeah, we saw that one. Hey, I know why we don't. What? This guy is dishonest to the core. And you're supposed to be saying TDS, not TSD. Stupid. To be a Republican nowadays means you aren't an American, and you definitely aren't a patriot. It means you are a Nazi bootleg. I have to agree, man. I have to agree. 100%, man. These guys, man, it's disgusting the direction they're going. But hopefully we can save these people. But I doubt it. Acting like you care about the poor, and then you mark hard labor like it's beneath you. Hey, man, I tell the truth. I do care about the poor, but I also know that I'm not working those jobs. I'm not working it. I'm not going to the fields. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not mocking them. I'm saying they're doing a job that people don't want to do. You have to take hats off to them and respect them for what they do. But MAGA doesn't want to do that. I respect that these people are willing to come here and work hard to feed their families. You don't. I know that job, I'm not doing it. I wasn't built like that, man. They are. They are built that way. They want to do the jobs that other people are like, hell no. We want people that's going to come and work hard. I mean, that the Republicans talking about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. That's what they came to do. Work hard. If somebody's not doing that, they're not working hard, they're being a criminal, send them back. I 100% agree with you. And that's the thing that people think that liberals just want people running around illegal. Nah, man, if you're illegal, you're not doing the right shit. Now, if you're here legally, you have work visas, student visas, you came here, you're doing your thing, What's the problem? You don't have to be a citizen to work here. You can live here, as long as you're checking up with the judge, you're checking up and you're like, hey, I'm working on getting my citizenship, but I'm going to go ahead and stay here. That shouldn't be a problem. But we have people who are against that, which is insane.
Mhm.
Oh, man, I'm not going to touch that. Some of them are. I'm not going to touch that. Not all. Some are. Some don't want to do work. Some want to blame and point the fingers at others. While these people are working hard, and you want to call these people illegals and call them names, criminals. It's disgusting.
Said everybody works hard if they have a job.
No, not everybody, but some people do, definitely. No, dumb. What? Just added a third shift because the demand is so high. Don't believe me? Go call him, and those chops start at $35 an hour and go. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? $35 an hour. That's good money to some people. Not to me. That's bad money to me. That's an L. That's taking an L to me. But some people, it's not about where you at. It's about where you want to get to.
Mhm.
And some people need to get that $35 an hour, and I'm not going to down them for it. But for me, that would be taking a loss. I would be making less money. Ford Motor Company has added third shift to 5. Okay. But Ford has also laid off a lot of people too. And they've closed a couple plants. So, I mean, you can use one company as a company that's doing well, doesn't mean that the whole economy as a whole is doing well. What has Trump done for auto companies to help them? He has hurt when it comes to electric vehicles. He has hurt them. When it comes to their parts that they were getting from Mexico and Canada, he has put tariffs on them. Any parts that they were getting from Europe or China, he's put extra tariffs on them. He has hurt the auto companies, and he has made it more expensive to do business. And you can think all you want that it's all good, but they are losing money. And then the decisions that they've made to go away from the electric vehicles, because most of the incentives has been taken away by this government. Now they're like, oh, we're going to go away from visas, but it's a bad decision. No one said that any American would take $57 an hour. Not everyone. I wouldn't take it, because I can make more than that doing what I do, and I don't have to work on an assembly line. That's fine. But you can work $57, work for that $57 an hour. That's fine. But like I said, for me, that would be a downgrade. But definitely, that's a good job. And I'm hoping that a lot of people get those jobs. But right now, we're only seeing an average of 50,000 jobs being added a month. And that is a 71% decrease from what we were seeing when Joe Biden was in office. I'm an American born in this country, and I love illegal immigrants. What? Hey, man, I just like people who want to do better in their lives. You come to America, you're on a work visa, you're showing up to court, you're doing what needs to be done. I have no problem with you, man. I don't care where you're from. Elon Musk, he overstayed his visa. No one had a problem with that. Trump has done is looted the corpse of a dying nation. He is a pilferer. I have to agree. He's filling his pockets. Filling his pockets, man. Oh, man. Anyway, so let's get to these clips, man. Let's see. Let's get to it. Just be 1 second. Now we turn to a difficult but important conversation. The cognitive health of America's president when Joe Biden was in office. Questions about his age and mental sharpness dominated right-wing media daily. Now the similar questions are being raised about Donald Trump. Many of those same voices suddenly call such concerns unfair. They don't want to hear about him falling asleep in all the meetings. But critics point to his rambling, unfocused speeches, his repeated factual errors, disorientation at public events, apparent drifting or dozing off during meetings, incomplete thoughts, and odd phrasing. These are not medical diagnoses. They are public behavior witnessed on camera. He's going down the tubes, man. Mental health professionals warn against diagnosis from afar, but they also say that patterns of speech and behavior are legitimate subjects of public discussion when evaluating a president. Now, Biden was evaluated as a high standard, and everyone said that he's declining and he's old. But we're seeing the same from Mr. Trump. Will he be held to the same standards that the right held Biden to? Will they be all over his sleep that he's doing every day? We seeing him sleep during these meetings. We saw him yesterday get up and go to a window during a meeting with cameras. Everybody's looking at him. What is this dude doing? He's losing it. But, we're not going to hold him accountable. He's never shown his health. He's never shown it for real, what his health is. He's hidden it like he's hidden his taxes. We really don't know what this guy makes or doesn't make. But we know the hypocrisy from the right and how they do things. But the issue is not whether Donald Trump is fit or unfit. The issue is consistency. If cognitive health mattered when Biden was president, it must matter now. If you cared so much about Biden falling asleep in meetings, and you're supposed to care about your boy doing the same. Standards cannot change based on the party. We know that's the way the Republicans work. The rules only apply to the left. That's not scrutiny. That's propaganda bullshit like always. And leadership requires transparency. And the American people deserve honest, even-handed conversations about those who hold power. And when it comes to Trump, we seem to not be able to have that discussion. We seem to not be able to talk about the decline of his ankles or the bruise on his hand all the time. We don't have to talk about those things when it's him, but when it was Biden, we he didn't have cankles. He was falling asleep and, he was doing some things. He definitely looked like he was going under a decline. No one is arguing that. That's the reason why Kamala ran. We know. We see what's going on with Trump. I'm not going to ignore it, but a lot of you guys will. Putting makeup on his hand, trying to wear compression socks. His ankles falls out of his shoes. They lie and talk about, he's been shaking a lot of hands. All wrong. Now let's play this first video, Caroline Levitt, and let's hear what she has to say.
This week on that matter.
Thanks, Caroline. Earlier, you were just defending ICE agents generally, and earlier on, Secretary Noem spoke to the media, and she said, among other things, that they are doing everything correctly. 32 people died in ICE custody last year. 170 US citizens were detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
Why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed?
Are you asking me my opinion? because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed it unjustifiably.
Oh, okay. So you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack. You're not a reporter. You're posing in this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat. But you're pretending like you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist. And the question that you just raised and your answer proves your bias. You should be reporting on the facts. You should be reporting on the cases. Do you have the numbers of how many American citizens were killed at the hands of illegal aliens who ICE is trying to remove from this country? I bet you don't. I bet you didn't even read up on those stories. I bet you never even read about Laken Riley or Jocelyn Nungray or all of the innocent Americans who were killed at the hands of illegal aliens in this country. And the brave men and women of ICE are doing everything in their power to remove those heinous individuals and make our communities safer. And shame on people like you in the media who have a crooked view and have a biased view and pretend like you're a real honest journalist.
You know, the picture where they had on the Vanity Fair where they had the close-up of her mouth. You can see why they had them little holes in her mouth, because all of the shit that comes from her lips.
That bow tie
Had to leave fucking scars everywhere, because she spews more garbage than anyone in the fucking history of America. I don't understand how this lady can sleep at night. She is just disgusting. So someone that has a different opinion about the situation is a left-wing hack.
right.
Someone that doesn't lay down to Donald Trump is a left-wing hack. Most people that watch this video thinks, hey man, there was no reason for that guy to let go of all those fucking shots in that situation. We've seen the breakdowns of the video. The guy wasn't even hit. But see, they've backed themselves up in the corner where they have to stand for this shit. Because instead of waiting for the information to come out and holding their people accountable, they're sitting around yelling immunity. Immunity, immunity. What did G say that we called a lie? She called him a left-wing hack for having an opinion. That's a fucking lie. She lied on that lady who was killed by saying that she tried to kill the officer. That's a lie. She has no idea what this fucking girl was thinking. Try to call this girl a fucking, they've called this girl every name in this book. I hope they fucking sue the shit out of them. But her fucking dad's a Trump voter, so he don't want to do much. Her stepdad, anyway. The dude Trump told him to his face, "Oh, your daughter, she did it to herself." Fuck out of here. Gonna say January 6th wasn't terrorist, but somebody that's protesting is a domestic terrorist. Get the fuck out of here. The next video, man, we got Mark Kelly. You know, Mark Kelly has been in the news a lot. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth are going after him because of a video that he put out talking about unlawful fucking orders. And they've been after this man ever since. Let's listen to what Mark Kelly has to say.
In 2010, the Supreme Court handed down a decision that put a for sale sign on our democracy. Mm-hmm. The Citizens United ruling opened the door for corporations and billionaires to spend unlimited amounts of money to influence our elections, often without the public ever knowing who's behind it. Yep. The court decided that spending money in elections is the same thing as political speech, and that corporations should have the same political rights as individual Americans. Does that make any sense?
Not at all.
And the results of this was somewhat predictable. And it wasn't limited to a courtroom. It changed how this place, the United States Senate, works. The loudest voices in Washington became billionaires and not everyday Americans.
Yep. And that's why we talked about this earlier. Citizens United has been a disaster. And every one of you people who are okay with all of this money that is in politics right now, you're okay when you're winning. But when you lose, which you probably will be doing in November, you're going to be, oh, George Soros put money in it. Oh, like you want to be okay with it when your side wins, but then you're quiet and you're yelling and screaming when the other side does it. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck who wins, man. We need to get this money out. We need to get this money out. The Supreme Court is just a right-wing rag that rings out their fucking ideas and they're what they want in Project 2025. They're going to the meetings with the right. The Supreme Court is trash. I don't care about nothing they fucking decisions they make because they're all bad for America. And they're taking us back to a time where the rich only had a fucking mind because they get to buy the body of the fucking Congress and the Senate. Nah, man. I mean, that's not true. It doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time, the person who spends the most wins the election. And we all know that. Whoever has the most money is the person that wins. Trump was losing at first, but when that money started coming in from Elon, he started killing because he was able to run more ads. He was able to do more because of the money that Elon started to give him. He was losing. But that boost of income put him over the top. All right, let's get into this video of JD Vance and what Mr. Vance has to say, man.
Every single day.
Have you been watching this New York Mayor Mondani guy?
The guy who wants to take all property away from white people?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems pretty out there, huh?
Is he a threat?
I mean, you live in New York. He's a threat to you, I'd say.
He sure is. But politically...
Is he politically a threat? I mean,
got some traction.
You know, I actually really admired some of his messaging because he focused not on the woke crazy stuff. He wasn't running on white people shouldn't own property. He was running on bread and butter issues, which is what I want politicians to focus on. Even if you disagree with their solutions, I would love it if the debate among Democrats and Republicans was, how do we deliver prosperity to the American people? But he runs on actually some pretty common sense bread and butter issues. He gets in there and he sounds like a total crazy person who wants to take your house away because you have the wrong skin color. That's not a threat to me politically. I think it's a threat to our country, but it's not a threat politically.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that you listen to JD Vance and you hear him. I would love if Democrats ran on regular issues, but they do. The Republicans are good at packaging the Democrats and acting like Democrats are running on trans people going to bathrooms when no Democrat runs on that shit. Because we would be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? Trans people are like 0.5% of the country. Why the fuck are we talking about them? But see, that is the shit that gets the right outrage. So they push, that's what Democrats are doing. They want to put boys in your girls' bathrooms. So then y'all, oh my God, you're not going to think about all the money that they taking from y'all ass. You're only worried about it might be some gay people in our school. Nobody's running on that shit. We don't give a fuck about them. But that's the type shit that the right runs on. And the JD Vance got y'all hyped up on bullshit. But, then he says Mom Donnie's trying to take housing away from white people. Mom Donnie ain't said nothing like that. Nothing. That's the type shit they do. That's that 1984 shit. Just put out bullshit. Say whatever the fuck you want. You know your people's going to believe it. They're not going to double check anything. That man ain't said nothing about taking white people's fucking houses. But that's the type shit they get y'all on. Oh, he's trying to take white people's houses. This dude here, JD Vance, is the most racist motherfucking piece of shit vice president ever in my lifetime. There might have been worse in earlier in the days, but this guy is the worst I've seen. All he talks about is you're trying to harm white people. His wife brown as I don't know what. His kids brown as I don't know what. But the only thing he doing is riding for white people. Dude is disgusting. He's a disgusting person, and he's pushing the racism envelope while they sit around and say that everybody else is, oh, the left, all they do is talk about racism. This guy, every time he speaks, he's talking about white people and what they're going through and how everybody's trying to take away white people this and white people that. This is the vice president, dog. He got y'all so fucking scared. Got y'all on the edge of y'all seats thinking somebody finna take something from y'all. It's crazy, man.
Yep.
How am I listening to conspiracy propaganda? I'm only listening to the truth. He's telling you people that white people, they're trying to take white. What propaganda am I fucking spewing? Tell me. What lies am I spewing? He said that Mondami is trying to take white people's homes away from them. He said that white people don't have to apologize. What have I said in that fucking manner? Stop it, man. Next, we got Mr. KKK Nazi himself, Stephen Miller. We have him discussing what's going on, this disgusting individual.
To all ICE officers, you have federal immunity in the conduct of your duties. And anybody who lays a hand on you or tries to stop you or tries to obstruct you is committing a felony. You have immunity to perform your duties, and no one, no city official, no state official, no illegal alien, no leftist agitator or domestic insurrectionist can prevent you from fulfilling your legal obligations and duties. And the Department of Justice has made clear that if officials cross that line into obstruction, into criminal conspiracy against the United States or against ICE officers, then they will.
This dude. He's a spooky individual, man. He's a spooky guy, dog. This dude is every bad guy in every movie ever. He thinks that ICE doesn't have any laws or any rules that they have to comply to.
They got full immunity, according to him.
That is incorrect. It's incorrect. This guy, they have rules. They have rules that they have to comply to. The judge just said that they cannot pull over, they cannot detain American citizens who are protesting them. They cannot spray them with fucking whatever that orange shit is they always spray, mace. They can't do it. The judges have said it over and over again. They're not supposed to do what they're doing. We've all seen ICE our whole lives, and never ever have they been fucking with American citizens. But this is what's going on today. As they're stopping American citizens and detaining them, stopping them, pulling them out of their cars. Judge after judge has said that you guys cannot do this. They keep doing it, breaking out people's windows. The people can follow you, bro. They can do whatever they want to. If they have not broken any laws while they were following you, they can do it. You work for the federal government. You work for their tax money. Their tax money. Our tax money is paying these fuckos to go around and fuck with us. Yeah, I'm happy you know that. Shouldn't have to be said, but in today's climate, it does. So let's go to Mr. J.B. Pritzker, man. And he's discussing what's going on with Trump.
And I would just say that, the way, I gave a speech very early, my State of the State speech, in which I likened what Donald Trump was doing in this country to what was happening in the early days of Nazi Germany. And people, reacted certainly on the Republican side, they reacted badly and said I was, overstating things, and I was, it was completely improper, and how dare I? And even people on the Democratic side were like, well, maybe that's just a little too harsh. But as you know, that is where we are right now. That is, if you read the Niemöller poem, from, that was written right after the war about, when they came for me, there was no one left for me and to stand up for me. And that is where we are. They're going after people for being brown and black. They're going after people who are U.S. citizens. They're going after people who've done nothing wrong. They do it under the guise of saying that this is about the worst of the worst. But it isn't. And we've seen that only 2.5% of people, at least that were arrested here in Illinois, were people who had an actual criminal either conviction or had been accused of a.
Yeah, man. As we see these guys going around messing with people, they don't do everything they're doing is against what America's for. Everything that they're doing, the terrorism that they're bringing to cities. I mean, this dude, he wants us on the edge. He's pushing everyone to the edge, man. This is not good leadership. I keep seeing you guys talk about the race card and all you racist, but your vice president, every time he gets on stage, he's talking about white people and what white people have. I've never even heard a president say that word. A vice president say white people. Like,
meanwhile,
never.
While having a brown wife and kids.
Right. I mean, he don't care about his wife and kids. He don't care what the fuck they got to go through. And it's insane to see the fucking vice president talk about the thing, and the president talk about the things that white people have to go through. The majority, the people who own everything in this country, they're talking about how bad they have it right now. How you don't have to apologize to be white. How civil rights and the rights that the black people gotten has hurting white people. And then they want to tell you, stop playing the race card, while their leader is dropping the race card. Now, y'all can stop it. You can shut the fuck up with that, because your leaders are sitting around telling us that white people have it bad. That they have it bad. It's been bad for them since the signing of the Civil Rights Act. It's hard for us because we had to share our water fountain. We couldn't go to the only whites only bathroom anymore. It's been hard. Kimberly, I'm not even read your dumbass comment. You're dumb as fuck. Like, I wish you motherfuckers fought against the racism that's in your party as much as you act like everybody else is racist. Like, it's so fucking annoying. I just said all of the things that your party is saying. You won't say shit to stand up to that. But you're going to tell me, oh, you need to stop playing the race card. But you don't give a fuck about Trump, what he says. You don't give a fuck about J.D. Vance and what he says. And all these people from your party, you don't give a fuck. But if I sit here and call it out, oh my God, well, he's playing the race card. Y'all are so ridiculous, man. You don't care about racism or Martin Luther King. Just stop fucking faking. Be real. Be yourself. You're racist. You hate other people. You hate brown people. You hate black people. Just be real. Stop being fucking fake. Oh, the Democratic Party is the one who began the KKK. Just shut the fuck up. Your fucking leader just told us the other day that white people have it bad because of civil rights. You know, that these are the things that people have. Oh, my bad then, criminally. My bad. I apologize. But yeah, man, I mean, that's what I'm used to on these chats, Kimberly. That's the craziness I'm used to. But my fault. Yeah, man, we have to stop this mess, man. It's a fight, like I keep saying. We're fighting against the rich. They're the ones that have all the money. They're the ones that's keeping us fighting over fucking seeds and scraps. Straight up, man. We have to figure this out. We are always fighting each other. We're always on the other side of issues. We need to be together. because we are the people that makes up the majority. Yeah, man, I have to agree with you. It definitely was a conservative concept. They want to conserve the good old days. That's their mission. Conserve, conserve, conserve. Even if the things that they are conserving are horrible, they're still going to fight to keep those things because they just believe in what they have and the way things have always been. You might be right, man. You might be right. But we had a lot of people who were independent voters and a lot of people who voted for Obama and Biden that voted for Trump in this last election. So there is some back and forth, believe it or not, man. You would think that in these days and seeing the political discourse that we are going through, you would think that people would be dug in their tunnels, but there are people who go back and forth. There are people who voted for Obama and voted for Trump, believe it or not. So it's not just a straight line. It's not just black and white. It's always gray. And we're fighting for the independents and those people who are somehow undecided. I don't get it. I will never understand these people. But every fucking election, they're there. I don't get it. I don't understand what the fuck they're reading, but they're there. Thanks for calling Habari Live. You're on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I don't think I can hear you. Hello? Oh, goodness.
Billy, and I'm a huge MAGA supporter.
Yes, sir.
And so I just want to touch on a few issues.
Okay.
We're going to start with ICE.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get your perspective on why are you so against ICE agents doing their job, for number one,
mm-hmm.
and how can you compare them to Nazis when you're not sure, because you don't have concrete evidence that there are socialists, Hitler loyalists, or advocating for the execution of Jews.
Mm.
And the third point is, if you notice the protesters, the majority are white Americans. Why do they feel the need that this issue is so paramount if it's not deterring their self-interest? I mean, ICE agents are not harassing them. It's, well, quote-unquote, brown people that they have to implement racial profiling because according to the Department of Homeland Security, there's 11 million illegals residing here. So it's impossible to do their job correctly without actually implementing racial profiling, since the number is that high.
Mm.
Do you agree with me or not? So there's three points that I was trying to make. If you forgot any of them, I can gladly repeat myself.
For sure. Well, your first point, why am I against ICE doing their job, is, well, number one, ICE has never been a story. When Obama was in office, we heard some stories about some cages that they put up, and people were kind of upset about those things. But it's never been a story. They was able to get out, as a lot of people during the Obama administration. They called him the deporter in chief on the right. We did not see the chaos that we are seeing today. We did not see ICE running around with masks on, going around messing with everyday American citizens. It wasn't the way they were putting in place their tactics. Today, the tactics are over the top. The actions are extraordinary. We do not need these tactics. We need to go back to covert practices at night, going in, getting the criminals, not people at Mexican restaurants and Home Depot that are just trying to do their job. There are going to be people in America that come here to work. It's always been that way. Now they're called illegals. And that is the problem. I have come 100% against that. Now, if anyone wants to deport criminals, that is fine. Now, the other part, you're talking about racial discrimination. You're talking about using people's skin color to pull them over. That's terrible. There are better ways to get these things done. These ways that things are doing, we're using people's race and skin color to pull people over, is not how you get this done. It is taking it to a level that it just does not have to be at. And for some reason, ICE has been able to, they've been established since 2003. We've never seen it at the level that we are seeing right now. And somehow Obama was able to deport more people without all these tactics. So that's my main reasons. We don't need this shit.
So you're saying just focus on the criminals and not people that are working in jobs where the company is exploiting them for their cheap labor? Do you have a problem with that or no?
Well, I know that a lot of these jobs are jobs that Americans don't run to fill. So unfortunately, labor is always being something that the rich take advantage of us with. None of us is making the wages that we're supposed to be making. I love that you guys care about wages when it comes to undocumented and immigrants. But when I say I need a $20 raise because I work at McDonald's, you guys, the fries are going to be too much. So would you pick a side? Do you want to be for higher wages, or you just want to be against it because they're undocumented people? Now, if we want higher wages across the board, everybody will get higher wages, even them.
Okay, so you do believe that there should the federal government should step in and raise the minimum wage from $7.25 to $20. Now, how is that going to affect small businesses? I just want your perspective.
It may hurt small businesses.
So you're okay with that or not?
Definitely, I'm okay with that. Because if you can't pay a livable wage and you have a fucking business, why are you in business? Why are you in business? If you can't pay people, you don't deserve to have people working for you. If you need the system to help you for you can be able to pay people, then maybe you don't need a business. Maybe you need to go do the work yourself because you want other people to work for you, but you can't give them a livable wage. That's ridiculous. $7.25 right now, you can't buy a bowl of cereal with that.
And I can assure you that there's hardly any company that's offering potential candidates that's applying for the job $7.25 from the very start.
No, you're probably right. There's not many jobs that does that. But when you go to Republican areas, states, people are making those amounts of money still, believe it or not. Not many jobs are paying that amount. And you also got to think about the jobs where people are getting paid for tips. They can pay them even less because of the situation where they can say, well, you have the opportunity to get tips. So they can pay you at $4, half of that. And the people not even getting paid the amount that they should be getting paid for their jobs because they can say, hey, they're collecting tips. It's not fair around the board. We should be getting more money. And more people should be getting paid when you look at wages and how wages have come since the 80s. It's been slow, gradually getting slower. The rich people are gradually taking more and more of the income.
Can you explain how does an individual increase their value? Do they stay at that one particular dead-end job, or do they say to themselves, hey, I either have to indulge myself in higher education or get a trade to increase my value so I can get a higher wage?
Yeah, you're right, man. To increase your value, you have to get education or training. But that's the thing. You have to have money. You guys don't want to give up. The fight is to try to make these colleges make the prices of going to school lower. it's too expensive to go to school right now, and we all need to go to college to be able to do these jobs that we are seeing. We can't do the technical jobs without technical training. We can't build AI if we don't know how to build AI. And these are the jobs of the future, and we are being left behind. We need education. We need training. The training used to be in the fucking public school. You can get good training to be able to become a welder, to be able to become a person that works on cars. These things were given to you in high school. Now you have to pay $60, $50, $70,000, right, to be able to go to these places, and then you're in debt, and you can't pay the debt because you don't have no other option but to get higher education or higher training. And all of the opportunity to get those things for a cheap rate is gone for all of us, regardless if you're left or right.
So why aren't people at these jobs taking advantage of the programs that they offer? It's not all occupations that do this, but there are some companies that offer programs where they are invested in you propelling yourself to obtain certain skills so you can elevate into a higher position, which equivalents to a higher wage.
Yeah, I agree.
And if a person stays at a job for 10 years or so, do you think their wage at the end of the 10-year mark would be the same as from where they started, or does it incrementally raise like each year?
Well, every corporation or job is going to be different, and some jobs are going to go by how well you worked that year. If you didn't work that well, or if you didn't put in the work to get that raise, then you're not getting it. Some people may be at the same pay that they were at 10 years ago. It matters what they've done and what they were promised when they signed this contract to work.
So they'll eventually work up to a livable wage.
I don't know.
Yes or no?
I don't know, man. That varies from job, from situation. But you should be getting some type of yearly raise, some type percentage. But we see people getting 3% raises is usually what they do. If you get a raise,
2%,
2.7, 2%, 3%, it's really low. So you have to if you're spending 10 years at a job and you haven't went anywhere, I would suggest leaving. Me myself, 3 to 5 years, if you haven't moved or had any raises, it's time to move on, or it's time for you to get some education so you can move on. But 3 to 5 years, no movement, you need to make a change. Either get out of that position, get some more education. You're going to be stagnant forever if you sit there.
So you're low-key buttressing my point that is up to the individual to dictate their financial situation
to a certain degree,
instead of relying on government policies to force fill. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You can't rely on the government. You can't. But at the same time, the government is supposed to be there to help, because in most situations, the government is not going to be there to help you. But you want to put in places and some type of programs to try to push these companies along. Because if we didn't push them along, we would still be working 90, 70 hours a week without getting any type of incentives. But those things have changed where we got 40-hour work weeks. We have labor laws that weren't there at first. So things happen that change these things. People fight to get these things changed, because these companies aren't going to do it on their own. So there has to be a fight. We have to stand up to get the things that we think that we deserve.
So you think barbarian behavior is the way to go to get, those overtime perks implemented, and child labor laws, and improved working conditions?
Man,
because if you haven't read a history book, there's been plenty of union strike violence, which helped to get those policies in place.
No, you're right.
So
a lot of people died.
So you're low key So you're low key advocating for barbarian behavior to force those policies to be implemented.
Do I agree with violence? No. But do I agree that sometimes violence is the last source that we have to get things done? Sometimes it goes that way.
Okay, I mean, I respect that. Now back to the ICE incident.
Mm-hmm.
What? How does it make sense for a demographic, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the majority of the protest, risking getting mace sprayed, their head blown off, or brutally taken to the ground because they're deliberately provoking ICE agents and being in their vicinity, yelling obscenities and stuff, and phone cameras in their faces in order to protect illegals staying in the shadows. Does that make any sense whatsoever? And how does that benefit their self-interest?
Well, they love their neighbors, man. They care about the people that live in their cities.
So instead of illegals going there and being galvanized and unifying to a one strong gridlock unit to revolt against ICE and their actions, they rather use the majority that's involved in the protest, white Americans, as pawns to jeopardize their life or being, physically forced to the ground and things of that nature to protect them.
I mean, yeah, they understand that the people that are here illegal do not have the freedoms that citizens do. They understand that the people that are here illegally are scared out of their wits. They're not going to go to the streets to demand better treatment when they know they don't even have legs to stand on when it comes to citizenship. So it's going to be Americans that's going to have to stand up for these people to make sure that these people are not treated like trash just because they are not here American citizens. People come here and work. People come here and go to school. And those are things that we've allowed forever.
And I've been watching your show for quite some time. It seems like you're very animated about this issue.
Yeah, I care a lot, man.
And passionate. And I completely respect it, sir. So why aren't you marching with the protesters as well, jeopardizing your safety?
Yeah.
To fight for the hard-working, undocumented workers that's contributing to the American economy. Why aren't you going out there?
Well,
since you're so animated about this issue, sir.
I protested my own way. And my way of protesting is to get on this microphone and let people know how I feel and talk to the people that I know that follow me. That's my way of protesting.
So you're smart enough to stay inside in a cozy environment and not risking getting mace sprayed and potentially a bullet in your skull, right?
Hey man, I might get out there when they come to Phoenix. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not going to go. I've been to marches, I've been to protests, but this is usually my way of connecting to the people, is to get on the microphone and connecting with the people that follow me and letting them know how I feel about what's going on and being the mouthpiece for those that are walking and protesting. But I appreciate your call, brother. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you for hearing me out.
No problem, sir.
And have a great day.
You too, man. Have a good one.
All right. Goodbye.
Right. That's how I look at it. I protest by getting on this microphone every week and telling you guys how I feel about what's going on and standing on the side of right. And that's how I feel as though I protest. Now, like I say, man, all the time, man, you guys love to talk trash, but I don't care what side are you on. You're a Trump voter. I can talk to you. I can have a cordial conversation. As long as you're being respectful, just like this gentleman here was, we can talk all day. We may not agree, but we still can have a conversation about how we feel about things. I do agree. I don't think that they were barbarians. Those people, the labor's wars were horrible, but they fought to get us to a point where we didn't have to work 90-hour weeks just to pay our bills. And there's always a fight, man. It's not right, but there's always a fight to get us to the next level. We're going to have to fight for childcare. We're going to have to fight for health care.
Universal childcare.
Right. Right, man.
Caps on childcare.
That's real. We're going to have to fight for those things. And I'm willing to stand up for those things, man. And I appreciate you guys staying with us and watching this week's episode. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Please make sure to subscribe, to follow, to like, and to share. We'll be back on Wednesday with another hour episode to talk about what has happened between today and Wednesday. We'll see you guys then. You got anything, Mama?
No, I'm good.
All right. Until next time, peace out. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit